gotta get comfortable. Easier said than done. I think we're good. Hi guys, welcome back. I've been meaning to do this video for a long time, but I wanted to wait until I had really explored a lot of options so I would have more to share with you. And of course, the mowers are here again. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're right outside. First off, I want to apologize for the length of this video. I did want to cram a lot of information into this video. I put all of the timestamps in the description and also in the first comment below, so it's easy for you guys to find something if you're looking for something specific. As you may know, I was diagnosed with Ehlers Danlos Syndrome and Postural Orthostatic Tachycardia Syndrome just a couple of months ago. However, I have been living with these issues my entire life. So over the past, I'm not going to tell you how many number of years, I have found different ways to cope with my pain, different lifestyle modifications and life hacks, and I thought I would share some of those with you, as well as some of the fails, some of the things that I have bought and tried that just have not worked for me. So I thought how I would do this is start kind of at the beginning of the day when I wake up and go through the day until I go to bed. So the first thing obviously is a good mattress. So over 10 years ago, my husband and I invested in a Tempur-Pedic mattress, and it has been a lifesaver for me. Every other mattress that I have tried, I would wake up in pain. I still wake up in pain, but I wake up in less pain, and it just takes some of the pressure off of my joints, because my joints are so hypermobile that when I lay on a typical mattress, it pushes them out of place. Whereas with the Tempur-Pedic, especially a good broke-in Tempur-Pedic, they can go into the mattress more and not get pushed out of place, especially my shoulders. The next thing is pillows, and lots of them. I sleep with at least 3 pillows at night, one under my head, one I hold to keep my chest from collapsing, and one between my knees. It hurts for, my shoulder just popped. It hurts for me to put my knees together at night, so any pressure between my knees, I wake up in pain. So I have to have a pillow between my knees. I love this one. I found it at Walmart. I haven't been able to find one exactly like this on Amazon, but there are a lot that are similar, so I'll link to them below. Also, this one I bought for traveling, because that one's really bulky and hard to take in a suitcase. This one is really small and compact, and it just wraps around your leg. You just stick your leg through the hole. It's adjustable, it has ties, and one half of it is a sponge or pad. And so you just pull that on your leg, it goes right between your knees, and it helps to cushion those bony prominences. And last but not least, most importantly, is my sleeping pillow. This is a Therapeutica pillow. It was recommended by our chiropractor many years ago. I no longer see a chiropractor, but that's a story for another day. Regardless, this pillow is amazing. It has a contour that goes right under the base of your neck, so you're not like this all night. Your neck is supported, and it has a little indent for your head, and then it has these higher sections at the end for when you lay on your side. And for me, when I lay on my side, if I lay on a typical pillow, my neck is all in the wrong position, and this one keeps my neck in the right position. You can see it's really square on the ends, and so it comes in and holds your neck in the right position. It's also sized so you are sleeping on a pillow that is the right size for you. So when you go to buy the pillow, it'll ask you what size you want, and you actually measure the distance between your neck and the end of your shoulder, and then you can choose the size that's right for you. Okay, after I get up, I get dressed and do my hair, and I have kind of switched and made a lot of changes in my clothing over the past several months since my symptoms have gotten worse. Now it just takes too much energy to put on something really cute, and a lot of stuff that I put on is very uncomfortable for me on my skin, and with all of my soreness, I need things that are very comfortable and soft. So all of my jeans are super stretchy, all of my shirts are just soft t-shirts. Anything with no stretch or a lot of buttons and zippers, I just can't wear anymore, except for special occasions. And undergarments are really important. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite undergarments here. Because my ribs and sternum are very loose, they sublux easily, so I had to stop wearing bras that were too constricting, anything with underwire. This one I love. It's from Aerie. Actually, all of these are from Aerie, and they have a very wide bands. They're also very soft and stretchy, and they don't constrict my chest. They don't cause my ribs to sublux as much as a typical bra. I really love choosing t-shirts with fun phrases on them. That way my wardrobe doesn't seem quite so boring and I can express myself. So some days I have a shirt that is kind of snarky, and other days when I'm running low on spoons, I have shirts that will let people know I'm low on spoons. And then other days I have really good motivational quotes on my shirt. So that's another fun little suggestion. Just thought of another thing on the topic of clothing is I always dress in layers when I'm going out and even around the house, because with POTS and dysautonomia, my temperature is not well regulated. The thermostat can go up 1 degree and I'm burning and sweating, and I turn it down 1 degree and I'm freezing. So I always just keep a sweatshirt or a sweater with me and put it on when I'm cold and take it off when I'm hot. That way not everyone else has to suffer. Now let me show you how I save my shoulders and get this hair look in under 2 minutes. Because my shoulders are some of my worst joints, it's very painful for me to do anything with my hair where I have to keep my arms up in the air for a long period of time. This right here has cut my hair doing time probably in half or less. I can use this and do my entire head in maybe 5 minutes. I would say under 5 minutes. Let me show you how it works. One of the benefits to this tool is that unlike my straightening iron, I actually take pretty large sections of hair. Now I've seen people do it different ways. I've seen them do it like this, and I've also seen them do it like this. I think it just depends on your personal preference if you want the wave to start going up and then down, or if you want it to start going down and then up. I prefer it like this, so it looks like that. So here we go. Obviously, don't get it too close to your head and burn your scalp because it is very hot. I do like that it has a temperature setting on it though. So I usually hold it for maybe 5 seconds and that's it. And then I move down a little bit, pinch it one more time. Maybe 5 seconds at the most, more like 2 or 3. And look at that. That quickly. And that was a big chunk. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my head. I got this on Amazon Prime Day for like 20 bucks. So if you don't want to get it right now, just hold out until Amazon has a sale and you can get it for really cheap. There you go. So super quick. I literally did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 5 sections of hair. You could do it in probably under 2 minutes. Okay, now that I've gotten dressed and done my hair and put on some lip gloss, I'm gonna go out to the kitchen and take my supplements and medications for the day. Here's what I use. Here's my medication lineup. I do have my medical marijuana card here in Oklahoma, so I have found a vape and a tincture that work well for me that I use at night, mainly to help with my restless leg and my pain, and those have helped a lot with my sleep. I discovered Kratom a couple months ago, and I love this brand, Urban Ice Organics. This one is infused with CBD. This I take in the morning, and it helps so much with my energy. This pain relief cream, I rub this on my sore muscles and joints whenever they're feeling tight. This is the CBD oil that I take. This has no THC, so it's legal in all 50 states, and it tastes delicious. I put this right under my tongue. This is just another version of the Kratom. This one I take mixed in water. The other one is capsules. And then I do have some emergency medications. These are for mainly when I go out of state and I'm not able to bring my marijuana and my other natural things. So I have these on hand for emergencies. And then of course I have my trusty oils. This Deep Relief Roll-On. I roll this on my neck, my shoulders, my back, anything that is tight and aching, and this I can feel relief within seconds. I also use peppermint a lot for my digestive issues. I just rub it right on my stomach. And then I use Copaiba. This is a wonderful anti-inflammatory, and I put this right under my tongue multiple times a day. peace and calming. This one's really good for when my heart rate gets really high. I put that on and it kind of helps calm things down. Heat is also something I use on a daily basis. I have an electric heating pad, and I also have this UU bottle, which is a hot water bottle that doesn't require any electricity or batteries. I also have these stick-on heat patches that I take with me when I'm out and about, and this rice sock, I just throw it in the microwave. This is another look at the UU bottle. You can fill it with hot water. You can also fill it with ice if you want it to be a cold pack. You can even wear it if you have stomach pain or back pain. You can tie it around your waist and wear it just like this. Now, regarding the POTS symptoms, I had read that some people have had success with electrolytes, with compression socks, and other non-drug interventions for their POTS symptoms. I tried the compression socks, and I did feel like they made a slight difference in my pulse. I measured it laying down, and then I measured it standing, and it didn't seem like it went so crazy when I was wearing the socks, but it still did. So it didn't make a huge difference, and so it ended up not really being worth the hassle of putting them on and the pain of wearing them. So when I try to put on compression socks, because my shoulders are so loose and I have tear in this shoulder and tendinosis, when I go to put them on, to pull them up on my leg actually hurts my shoulders more than it's worth to wear them. So it's a battle to put them on. Then once they are on, this ankle is so loose that just the pressure from the sock at the ankle makes my ankle sublux. So with every step I take, anytime I let up off the ground, my ankle pulls out of place, and it's a sharp pain every time I take a step. Now, I know there are compression sleeves that only go to your ankle, but my concern, I haven't tried those yet, my concern was that it might just kind of restrict more circulation in my foot, and because I have blood pooling in my feet, that it would just cause more blood to just stay in my foot. My feet turn purple if I stand for very long. So if you have experience with compression sleeves as opposed to compression socks, and you have POTS and EDS and they work for you, please let me know, because I would like to give them a try. As far as the electrolyte supplements, I tried the Noon, N-U-U-N. I tried one by Salt Stick, the Vitasium supplement. I tried a 40,000 volts trace electrolyte supplement, and I felt like they helped a little bit, but again, I don't feel like they helped much at all. And it just ended up being one more thing to try to remember to do every day, and of course one more expense. And I just didn't feel like they really made that much of a difference for me. So if you have had success with a good electrolyte supplement that has helped your POTS symptoms, please let me know. When we go on road trips, my favorite thing to do is to turn on the seat heater. Even in the middle of the summer, I turn on the heated seats because it acts like a heating pad and helps the pain that I have in my back. I also love bringing my UU bottle, the one I showed you earlier, the hot water bottle. I like to bring that in the car because it doesn't require any electricity or batteries. I can just fill it up with hot water before I leave, and it'll stay hot for hours and hours, and I can put it over my shoulder, or I can put it around my stomach. I've brought it with me many times when my stomach pain has been really bad, and heat is the only thing that helps. Okay, now on to braces and splints, and yes, there is a pile here. So I have tried a bunch, and some of them help and some of them are more trouble than they're worth. So I'm just going to go through the ones real quick that I've tried, whether I like them, whether I don't like them. This is a neck brace. Every single brace I've ordered from Amazon is too short for my neck. So I put it on and it doesn't hold my head up at all. It doesn't even release any of the tension, any of the pressure on my neck. All it is basically a neck warmer. It does not work for me at all. So I ordered even a men's large size, and it was a little bit longer, but then again, it's so wide. It's for a great big wide neck. So in order to get it to fit on my neck, I have to pull the Velcro all the way as far as it'll go, and then there's barely any left and it just pops off. So if you have a recommendation for a neck brace for someone with a very skinny, very long neck, please let me know. Okay. The Sorolla belt. I cannot recommend this enough. Don't you hate when your Velcro gets all caught? Ugh. The Sorolla belt. So this is a SI joint belt. I wore this during my pregnancy before I found out that I had EDS because I was having such bad symphysis pubis dysfunction and SI joint pain. And these are also custom fit. They have different sizes. This is a medium, and so you want to measure and make sure you have the right size for you. But if you go on Amazon and you look at their instructions, it will tell you how to wear them. My physical therapist verified that I was wearing this correctly, but this really helps if you have SI joint pain. You can wear it 24 hours a day, you can sleep in it, but the best thing, of course, is to be working with a physical therapist and have them direct you as to the best way to wear this. But this is really good if you have any hip issues. Okay. Next brace. This is a shoulder brace from Bauerfeind, which is a very high quality company that is highly recommended within the EDS community. I got this one to help stabilize my shoulder because this is my worst shoulder, and it does help my shoulder pain when I wear it. The only problem is that this strap here, I'm not going to put it on now because my shoulder hurts and I don't want to move it around, but this strap here goes all the way around your neck and under your other arm and around your torso. So it's kind of like pick your poison, right? So it helps my shoulder, but at the same time, it's putting pressure on the back of my neck where my neck sublux is a lot, so it's putting pressure there. And then it's coming around and it's coming around my torso where my sternum and my ribs are extremely loose and they pop and come apart with almost every breath. And so to have something constricting around my torso is very difficult as well. So this one I bought with high hopes and ended up not wearing very much. That's why I commented earlier about the bras, why bras are so important, to have one that's very loose and stretchy and with a wide band, certainly no underwire if you have rib and sternum issues. Okay, next is a sling. Now this one I absolutely love, and if you have shoulder issues or elbow issues, you definitely should have a sling on hand. This one I use after I get prolotherapy, especially because my shoulder is virtually useless for at least 2 or 3 days. And this just helps to take the pressure off of my shoulder, and it reminds me not to use it, and it's better than just letting it hang down at my side, or I used to just put it in my pocket on the days when it would really hurt, but then it just kind of flopped around. So this holds it more still on the days when it's really painful. So I don't wear this all the time. I only wear it on the days when I can tell it's just really inflamed and it needs a break. Okay. Next, we have some knee braces. Now these are ones that I do love and I highly recommend. These are by DonJoy. They're the web reaction brace, and they are a flexible silicone. So they're very comfortable. Once I get them on, I can hardly tell I have them on unless I'm sitting down and I'm really bending my knees. They do have a good degree of bend to them, but if you want to bend your knees at a 90-degree angle, you're going to feel it. So if you're sitting down at a table or something, I just keep my knees not bent quite so far. But these just strap on. You could put them on over skinny jeans. That's how I typically wear them because I usually wear skinny jeans. These are really easy to just put on over your jeans. With EDS, you often have very fragile skin, and I wore these with shorts once with nothing under them, and I wore them one time for about an hour, and I had sores on my knees where they had completely rubbed through the skin. But thankfully, they come with these sleeves, which I, of course, didn't wear, and now I wear. Whenever I'm wearing shorts, I put these sleeves on first and then put the braces on over top of those. So these help a lot. My patellas are very loose and they actually track in the wrong place. And I noticed that when I wear these, it makes a difference in how my ankles feel and my hips feel. So changing the alignment of my patella to where it tracks correctly and it's more secure makes a difference in more than just my knee joints. So I really highly recommend these. If you have hip issues, it may be your knees. Just saying, try some knee braces and it might help with your hip issues. All right, mobility aids. So I do not currently have a wheelchair. My problem with wheelchairs is that my shoulders are so bad that I would not be able to wheel myself in a manual wheelchair. So I would have to either have a transport wheelchair where someone pushes me, which I hate because I don't want to rely on somebody else to push me, or a power chair. And of course, when you talk about power chairs, you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. So I have not got one of those yet. I don't need one, thankfully, for most days, but on some days my POTS is so bad and my pain is so bad that to stand up for more than a few minutes, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. My heart rate's 160, and I'm nauseous and sweating, and my ears are ringing, and my legs just feel like jello. My whole entire body feels like jello. So on those days, if the kids wanna go to the park or we wanna go to the store or something, I have to have a place to sit. And so when we were at Costco last week, I used the power scooter. When we went to convention a couple weeks ago, I used a scooter the entire time we were there. One of the days I did do some walking with my knee braces on, and you can see in the picture here how exhausted I look. And I was trying to smile and act like everything was fine, but you can see I just don't look right in that picture. So I have this. This is called a flip stick, and this is really handy for when you need just a little bit of extra support for your balance if you're feeling lightheaded or woozy. And the best thing is it turns into a freaking chair. So you can put this under your butt and lean against it, and no, it doesn't take all the weight off, but it takes a large portion excuse me, of the weight off of your legs and allows you to kind of recline a little bit so the blood can come back to your head a little bit better. Again, it's not a chair, but it helps just a little bit if you're having to stand in line or you're somewhere where you don't have access to a place to sit. You can use this, and it folds right back up again really easily, so you can pop it back in the bag that it comes with. Again, I'll link to all these in the description so you can easily find them. You just pop it in there. It has a strap. You can carry it with you. You can hang it on the back of your stroller or wherever. So that's really handy. That's called a flip stick. And then this funny little guy, my kids call this the boobs. This is called a still point inducer, and my Chinese medicine doctor recommended this. It's kind of like getting the benefits of osteopathic manipulation, not chiropractic, so there's no dramatic, what's the word I'm thinking of? Aggressive movements of your spine where your joints are being pulled apart. This is just a very gentle, subtle, slow manipulation of the bones of your occiput, the very back of your head, and you do it with your own weight. There's no force being applied, so you just lay on it on the floor and you put this right under the occipital bones, the two little protuberances on the back of your skull. You just lay that there. I usually put it under my hair because if you put it over your hair, it kind of slides around. And then you just lay, you put on some spa music, put on some ASMR, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Take some deep breaths and lay for about 10 minutes. And if you do some research on the still point inducer, I'll put the link below, you'll see more of a better description of what it does. I can't describe it very well, but it has helped me on the days when my neck has gone out, my neck has subluxed, and so all the muscles around it are spasmed and locked up. If I lay on this for a while, along with ice and some other things, it really helps to just kind of take the pain down a notch. It doesn't take it away, but it definitely kind of loosens things up a little bit, allows the bones to try to move back where they're supposed to be, helps the muscles to come out of spasm a little bit. So that's something I always keep in my toolbox, and it's very small and easy to pack in your suitcase if you're going to be traveling and you know when you sleep on that hotel bed, your neck is going to go out. Have this baby with you. Okay, ASMR. How many of you guys have heard of ASMR? I know I hadn't until recently, and when I first heard about it, I thought it was just some woo-woo, voodoo, weird, kinky stuff. And as with anything, it can be abused, and there's weird ASMR out there, so you have to be careful when you search. But there is some really helpful ASMR. ASMR means Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. And what it is it's an experience that's characterized by the tingles or the goosebumps that you feel when someone plays with your hair or tickles your scalp or runs their fingers up and down your back or plays with your arm. You get those goosebumps and those tingly sensations, and I'm actually getting goosebumps just talking about it. It's an auditory tactile synesthesia, and it's quite there's just really no way to describe it unless you actually experience it. But those goosebumps, those tingly feelings are triggered by certain sounds. And there's visual ASMR as well, but usually it's auditory. And so if you find one that works for you, because everybody's triggers are different. Some people are triggered more by tapping sounds. Some people are triggered more by scratching sounds. And so there are videos that have been put together with high quality microphones that are stereophonic, so you hear noises in both ears. That's why you always want to wear your earbuds when you're listening to ASMR. And you lay down with the lights off. I like to lay down on my heating pad with the lights off, and I listen to the ASMR, and I get those tingles, and it really helps my whole body just melt and relax, and I get this very deep euphoric sense of relaxation. And it is, you can even just fall asleep to it. It's a wonderful way to escape from the pain. It's a really good non-drug pain relief strategy. So if you have used ASMR for pain relief or relaxation, or even to calm your heart rate if you have POTS, put it in the comments. I would love to know your suggestions. I will link a couple of my favorite videos, because when you just Google ASMR or look up ASMR on YouTube, you're going to come up with some really crazy stuff, some fringe stuff that you might not want. So I will put some of my favorites down in the comments, and you can try those out and let me know what you think. Cooking is one of the things that's very painful. Any type of chopping, cutting, whisking, mixing is something that I've had to do a lot less of. So I have found these ways to allow me to still cook some, but ease my pain a little bit. I have a friend here. Getting a mixer, this saves a lot of wear and tear on my shoulders. Mandolins, choppers. These particular choppers allow me to dice food without having to do a lot of chopping with a knife. Another modification are these mats. They're, I think they're called Sublime Imprint, but they are soft gel mats that save me a lot of pain. I also pull a bar stool into the kitchen so that I can just sit here while I work at the counter. And then these, I've also found these prepared meals from the Good Kitchen, and these are organic, sustainable, really good ingredients, gluten-free, non-GMO, whole foods, very minimally processed. And so these are still food that I'm comfortable putting in my family, but they save me from having to prepare meals on days when I just don't have the energy or I'm in too much pain. One of the other items that was a hit or miss for me was the weighted blanket. I've heard a lot of people talk about weighted blankets, and I do love the way it feels when it's on me. But again, because my shoulders are so painful that it's very difficult for me to even lift the blanket and move it onto me or off of me. So if someone puts it on me, that's great. But if I have to move it at all myself, I really can't use it. Okay, I'm getting ready to go to bed now, so here's my bedtime routine. This is my THC CBD tincture that I take at bedtime. It's a 4-to-1 ratio, and I take a small amount of that, as well as vape some organic CBD oil. And this helps tremendously with my restless leg that has been keeping me awake for months. Now I can finally sleep. I also use this bite splint from my dentist. This helps keep my jaw from dislocating at night. And I have very thin eyelids, so I have to wear this sleep mask. Good night. I'm sure after I finish this video, I'm going to think of half a dozen more things that I forgot to include, so I will just have to make a part 2 video. But for now, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. Again, please let me know in the comments if you have any other suggestions, if you found things that work for you. Please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and as always, have a beautiful, awesome, blessed day. Bye-bye.